Hey YouTube, hello world, and welcome to my new channel. I assume you're here to learn about Android Studio. With that being said, let's get this started. So I'm not sure if you already know this, but Android has finally released a stable version of Android Studio. Yes, it's time to celebrate, people. In this video, I'll show you how to download and install Android Studio version 1.5 with Android SDK. I already detect a question over here. I can see you raising your hand. You want to know how much is this going to cost me, man? Nothing. The best part about this is absolutely free. It's just going to cost you some time and effort. I know you can afford that. So to begin, we need to download the Java Development Kit and also Android Studio. So get your browsers ready, get your notebooks and pens ready, have your mouse handy, because it's time to follow along. I'm going to teach you a few things. Oh, if you are following along, you may need to press the pause button a few times on this video. So have your mouse handy as well, people. First, we will download Java JDK. It's Java JDK. If you already have this installed in your machine, then you can move on to the next step. But go ahead and open your browser. Type in JDK download. Then you want to go to that first link, which should have some reference to oracle.com. You want to go ahead and click that first Java icon there. You'll go ahead and agree to the license. And then you have to select the proper version for your machine. I'm running Windows 64-bit, so I'll go ahead and click here. And we'll go ahead and save this to a folder on my machine here so that I can go ahead and launch this a little later, because at the same time we're going to download the Android Studio program as well. So I already have this saved because I wanted to speed time up, but you guys will have to download this. I didn't want to impede too much on your time here. So you'll go ahead and press save. I'll press cancel because I already have that installed. And then we'll go ahead, usually I'll search for this under the Google page, Google. Then we'll search for Android Studio download. And we'll go ahead, you click on that first link right here, Developer Android. This is the official page. And you'll go ahead and select this button here, download Android Studio for Windows. And you'll scroll down a little bit after you read all this fine print and select this checkbox and download Android Studio. Here we go. And once again, we'll save this to a folder on your machine, blah blah blah. But I already have this saved and I don't want to go ahead and download it again because it's over a gig. So you click yes, I'll click no. After that downloads, then we can go and start installing this stuff here. C drive, folder where we saved our files to. See, so first we're going to want to install JDK. You double click this file here. Sorry, that's my UAC prompt, not allowing you to see that. Go ahead and save. So it's gonna go ahead and put the developer tools, source code, and the JRE. So this is actually going under this directory here, which is going to be important because we need to go to this later on. Click next, let this install. We'll go ahead and click next, let this go. Finished. That's good. Now there's another part we'll have to do as well after we install JDK, and we need to go ahead and set the Java home variable path. So to do that, we'll have to go into C program files. This is Java folder. Inside here you'll see two folders. One is for your Java compiler, the other is the Java runtime environment, JRE. You'll see. You want to click on the first one here. And actually all we need is this path right here. So we'll go ahead and copy this path. See, right click, copy. And then we're going to go over, right click on my computer. Bring this up here. Click on properties. Go over here to advanced system settings. So under the advanced tab here, you'll see environmental variables. We'll click on that button here. Then we're going to click new. Then we're going to go ahead and assign the home variable path. So we need to type in Java underscore home, all caps, Java underscore home, and we'll go ahead and paste that path into the value. Click OK, OK, OK. Close this. Alright, so we got two important steps out the way. Now we get down to business. It's time to install Android Studio. Android Studio, man. Let's do this. Okay, Android Studio installation. So after we select I agree, it'll come up next. We're going to install the Android Studio SDK and a virtual device. Click I agree. So we pretty much no longer have to install these as separate installations. Yeah, this is going to be the Android Studio location. And down here we're going to have the Android SDK locations. And it'll be best and wise to go ahead and change this. So I'm going to go ahead and create a folder called Android SDK. You see I have a space here. You're going to have to put an underscore. It doesn't like spaces. So I have to change this. But I just call it,
I got a few here. I'll give it to you.
yep, Android underscore SDK. Okay. Click next. Don't worry about that. Install. So this process will go ahead and continue. I wanted to actually let you witness this to see how long it will take. It's because it will take a long time, or a good 5-10 minutes, depending on machine. But this goes, and then goes again. Then it has to install the SDK. Then it's, so you'll get the picture. But I'm going to speed this. Press the fast forward button for you guys. There we go. Completed. Go ahead. We'll click next. Click finish. Alright. So at this point, we're going to, okay, I'm not going to import anything. I don't have any files, so I'm going to click I don't have any files to import, but you could actually import other projects into this. Let me allow access. Yeah, it's gonna take some time to install these because it's extracting all the Android SDK tools, files, and folders. So gotta have a little patience. Have a little patience, people. Let's see here. But just so you can see the window and know that, you know, you're not missing or if there's any extra steps involved. So yeah, once this finishes, we can click on finish. Oh yes, here we go. And so you'll come up with this window every time you start Android Studio. You can import some projects. We're going to go ahead and start a new Android Studio project. And to do that, all you have to do is double click right here. So let's do that. Click this. Toggle my mouse here. Okay. So yeah, this window will come up. So now we have to specify a project name for this. I'll go ahead and get rid of this, my application. Yeah, something's going on with my, just use this. Specify a project name here. We'll call this, what should we call this? We can call it anything. I'm gonna call it first app, first application. All right. Everything else is pretty much solid. You can go ahead and I'll tell you about this stuff later. Here you have to select a project type. So what is this project going to be for? Is it for the phone? You know, you can make project for wearable devices, TVs, auto. But we're going to go ahead for this project, and we're making this for the phone. So as you can see, if I go ahead and select different operating systems, like this is -1%, so less than 1% of the devices will be able to run my program. This one's 66.9. As we go up the chain, more devices will be able to run the program that you write here. I like to just keep it pretty much at this level, 2.1, because so far everything I've written has worked. So if it's not broke, don't fix it, you know what I mean. Here you can pick a different activity, different types of activity, Google Maps, login. We're going to select the empty activity for this video, so I can show you how this loads up. You give your activity name, layout name. I usually change these just to keep everything standard, so because you'll be working with multiple layouts, so it's just easier to call them, for now, once you're first learning, first layout, second layout. And these have to be lowercase with the underscore. The activity names have to be uppercase. Each word has to be an uppercase letter. We'll go ahead and start the application here. Boom. And then we would have successfully, finally launched the project in Android Studio. Once this loads up, allow access. And it takes a while to load too. You'll see once you have this installed. But once you have it installed, you're pretty much good to go. Let's see here. Still loading. I don't know if you ever used Eclipse in the past. If you have used Eclipse in the past, you'll notice some similarities with this, and also some changes. Like you'll have your project structure over here on the left hand side. It's gonna contain your manifest, your layout files. We got Java over here. We got 2 packages in Java. This is the design view in XML. So yeah, main activity, you got the res folder, drawable where your images are going to be contained, your layout files. Then we got the toolbar, or actually, yeah, the toolbar up here. I would say just get comfortable, be familiar with these, and after this video, you can go ahead and play with these, hover over them, see what they do. I won't get into too much detail about Android Studio. That'll be for a later upcoming video. I just wanted to get this downloaded and installed on your machine. I hope you were able to learn and take away something from this video. If not, at least I would have gotten you on the correct path to start your programming future. If you haven't done so, go ahead and install Android Studio. Do these, perform these, finish these. It's a trademark saying from my programming professor. Shout out to Professor Tribus. Do these like Tribus. Do these, perform these, finish these. That way you'll be prepared to follow along as I upload more Android tutorials. As always, it's been a pleasure. And remember, coding is fun. So join the movement, people. Thanks for watching.